Well, folks, it is Veterans Day, and I wanted to make sure that we paid tribute to our veterans and gave you a way to help out our veterans. Joining us on the line is Diane Hight. She founded Forever Young Veterans in 2006. Her organization grants wishes for military veterans 65 years plus. That includes World War II, Korea, and Vietnam veterans. She's honored more than 2,600 veterans by taking them on military trips of honor to places like Washington, D.C., Pearl Harbor, Normandy, Italy, England, and Belgium. She's honored more than 700 World War II veterans with a USO-type show celebrating their service. Diane, thanks so much for joining the show.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
So what was your motivation in starting Forever Young Veterans in the first place?
Well, my father became an alcoholic after World War II, and I watched him suffer and our family suffered. You know, back then, people didn't know anything about combat stress or PTSD. But one thing about my dad is he loved America, and he was very patriotic. So when I decided to start Forever Young Veterans, I wanted to give back to the World War II veterans because my dad had never asked for anything from our country. And so I thought we could grant a few small individual wishes, you know, maybe get a medal they had never received or reunite them with a comrade. That's kind of what I was thinking. But they didn't stay little very long. So, but one thing that I found about the World War II veterans that really shocked me was that they were suffering just like my dad. They were suffering silently, and their families were suffering like ours. And I didn't expect that. So at that moment, we really kind of changed our mission from granting wishes. And we still grant wishes, but more toward honor and healing. Because we found that as we honor our veterans, the walls come crumbling down and they're open to healing.
So let's talk about some of those stories. How has doing this sort of thing for veterans changed their lives?
It's been incredible. We have gone to Washington, D.C. many times. We spend 4 nights and we see great healing take place in their lives, even going to D.C. But when you return them back to where they fought, there's just no comparison. It's just like when we're going over to Normandy, we've been there 9 times. We'll be going, you can just see the nervousness in them. It's almost like in their minds, they think they're going back to World War II. But we get over there and they see this beautiful restored land, and the people honestly are almost on the ground worshiping them. And no matter how small a part they played in World War II, they know that their lives mattered and they made a huge difference in freedom. One of our POWs that got captured in the hedgerows in France there, in Normandy, he told me after he returned from one of our trips, he was in the 70th anniversary. He said, I have always had nightmares for 70 years of being tortured, going through these terrible things in the POW camp. And he said, I just want you to know, since I came back, I still dream, but I don't have nightmares anymore. Now I'm dreaming that I'm coming home. We see so much healing take place in their lives like that. We had another D-Day vet who was at Omaha Beach that went with us for the 75th anniversary. And he told me, he said, people aren't going to believe this. But he said, do you know for 75 years, the first thing I would think of every morning was D-Day. And he goes, you know, since I've returned, I haven't thought about it. And he said, that's healing. And it is.
Veterans Day is now upon us. It's time we step up and help give back to those who have served our nation's armed forces. This is where Black Rifle Coffee Company comes in. As a veteran-founded company, Black Rifle's mission has always been to support and empower fellow servicemen and women. Thanks to all of you who grabbed a can of ready-to-drink coffee this year, Black Rifle Coffee Company has been able to raise $500,000 for the Boot campaign. This massive donation will be put to work to help restore the lives of veterans and their families. It wouldn't have been possible without your help. So drink more coffee. Where you choose to shop matters. Thanks to the hardworking Americans who get their premium coffee from Black Rifle, they were able to donate over $400,000 to the Medal of Honor Museum and $75,000 to the Vets Gala to help provide essential mental health services for the veterans who need them most. This commitment goes beyond just great coffee and giving back. Veterans Day is also about honoring our service members by sharing their stories. Head on over to blackriflecoffee.com. Hear the incredible story of Marine recon legend Clint Trial. Take the time to honor all of those who serve and sacrifice so much for our freedoms this Veterans Day. That's blackriflecoffee.com. Black Rifle Coffee is indeed America's coffee. blackriflecoffee.com. It is indeed America's coffee. So what is the most memorable veterans wish that you were able to grant through Forever Young Veterans?
I guess this is an easy one because we took KT Robbins back for the 75th anniversary. He went in through Normandy and went up to the Battle of the Bulge. And he was in one village for 3 months, and he met a young lady there, and they fell in love. And he asked if we could find the family because he said there's no way she is still alive because she was 90, would have been 92 at that time. He was 98. And so we were able to find her. And so after we had the anniversary ceremony in 2019, we took him to her and they got to see each other again. It's on our website. This love story went viral. It went all over the world. And it was just such a fun wish to be able to reunite them after all those years.
So obviously the 80th anniversary of the Normandy invasion is happening in June of next year. How can people help out?
Well, this is going to be our 10th trip to Normandy. Right now, we have about 15 World War II veterans on the list. We have 3 D-Day vets. We have 2 more, actually, that are thinking about going. So that would be 5 D-Day vets that we could possibly have. We have several Normandy veterans, combat vets that fought over there. The veterans are 96 to 102. And it's going to be such an amazing anniversary. And so we would love for people to partner with us and help us sponsor these veterans to get them over there. Well, here's an example of one of our veterans, Tim Canary. He's going to be 102 next week. He was a medic, went into Normandy, Battle of the Bulge. He was one of the first ones in the Buchenwald concentration camp. He is an incredible man. He's never been back to Normandy. So these are the kinds of men that we're going to be honoring. And we really need everyone to help us. I just want people to know that I do this organization for my dad. This is my gift to him, just for his struggles that he went through for serving our country. I've never taken a salary. I don't take any expenses from the organization. In fact, I donate monthly. So when people give, they're going to be giving to our veterans, and we just need everyone to help us.
Well, it's Diane Hight. You can go help her out at foreveryoungvets.org. You won't be helping her, you'll be helping veterans, so go check them out right now, foreveryoungvets.org. Diane, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you. I appreciate it so much.
Alrighty, folks, we've reached the end of the show. I'm Ben Shapiro. This is The Ben Shapiro Show.